The second game of our Christmas quintuple header is the Warriors and the Nuggets. It's at 2:30 on ABC. The Warriors, gentlemen, they continue to be without Draymond Green, who was suspended this month after striking Phoenix's Yusuf Nurkic in a game. Our senior NBA insider, Adrian Wojnarowski, is with us now. So, Woj, when the suspension was announced, the league said, right, that Draymond Green, he would need to, quote, fulfill certain league and team conditions. So what details have you learned about his path to return here?
Well, beyond his own individual counseling that Draymond Green is a part of now, I'm told that he's doing periodic, essentially virtual meetings, Zooms, with that include the Warriors, Mike Dunleavy Jr., their GM, the league office, the Players Association, his agent, Rich Paul, also on these calls, just to get a sense as they move through this, what Draymond Green is learning here, where he's at with this. The league, this is an unusual process. This is an unusual suspension, open-ended,
right,
indefinite. And what the league has wanted to do in partnership, essentially, with the Players Association, the Warriors, and even Draymond Green, who I'm told has been very open to this, very engaged in this, is try to see if they can get to the root of what may have played a part in what you've seen, some of these violent encounters going back to Jordan Poole, this year with Rudy Gobert, and, of course, Yusuf Nurkic. And this is going to play a part in his return to play. I'm told still it probably looks like, barring any setbacks, an 11 to 13 game window that he'll be out.
11 to 13 game window for Draymond Green. But even without Draymond, Stephen A., the Warriors, they have rattled off 5 straight wins. They're looking for a 6th today. Given all that we just heard from Woj, what's your confidence level that they can keep it rolling when Draymond comes back?
My confidence level's high. You know why? Because I'm watching Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson has reemerged. I'm seeing over this 5-game winning streak. Big Perk, don't you fix your face that way. I'm seeing during this 5-game winning streak, Klay Thompson is averaging 24.8 points per game. He is shooting 46% from three-point range. Steph Curry is shooting 47% from three-point range. What is the ultimate? We can talk about Draymond. We can talk about Looney. We can talk about the coach Steve Kerr. We can talk about the environment. We can talk about the former home crowd at the Oracle that's now going over to the Bay across the river to San Francisco. We talk about all of that. But what is the consistent ingredient to their success? It is shooting from the Splash Brothers. And that is what I'm seeing. What was I on the air crying about a few weeks ago? I said, Klay Thompson, what's up? What's going on? You want your money, don't you? You want a new contract extension, don't you? Let's make sure. Now, athleticism is what dissipates. It's what diminishes over time, guys. We just don't run. We don't have the same spring in our step. But the one thing that's the last to go is the stroke, baby. And that's what Klay Thompson has brought back. The fact that he has returned to relevancy, and it is co-signed with Steph Curry shooting the ball. As long as those two brothers can shoot that way, they are a threat to anybody.
But you got to ask yourself, why has it changed for Klay Thompson?
Okay.
Because Steve Kerr is finally coaching his behind off. The mixture of old with new.
Well, he's had slow starts in the past.
No. I've been begging more Kuminga.
I agree.
Right?
They
You look at Jackson Davis.
That's fair.
But let me explain why.
Jackson Davis too.
The league is full of athleticism. Now they can match athleticism. When you have Kuminga and you have Jackson Davis that are live threats at the basket, guess what? Now those guys roll into the paint, it opens up three-point shooting. You put those guys in pick-and-roll action with Steph Curry, it's a difference. See, Draymond is allergic to the basket. Let's be real. He's not that scorer no more. But these two guys are offensive threats. They're not afraid. And what's happening is that Steve Kerr is letting those guys play through their mistakes and play meaningful minutes.
Let's see if they can play through those mistakes. And Stephen A., I love the fact that you were this excited on Christmas morning.
That's right. Absolutely.
Who have the Warriors beaten in that streak?
No.
One signature win.
Well,
that is the point.
Well,
Boston.
the Celtics.
They beat the Boston
Celtics win. And what were you decrying about that? The number of threes the Celtics put up and missed. Let's see this against the champs, the reigning champs today.
Then I'm going to get
you. Listen.
I'm going to get you.
I love that Klay is doing this. First of all, I've been the one saying, wait a minute, when you have the kind of injuries that Klay Thompson has, it takes much longer than you wanted to allow him last year
to say,
where is Klay Thompson? He's behind those injured legs, which at this point, listen, Stephen A., we've seen those kinds of injuries end effectively careers of Hall of Famers and would-be Hall of Famers. We've seen those kind of knee injuries. Derrick Rose's career was permanently derailed. Amari Stoudemire's career was ended prematurely. We've seen truly great players not recover from this. So Klay Thompson, the fact that he's taking longer than you want,
excuse me,
is just a little too bad.
A couple
Go
of
ahead,
things.
Stephen.
Number one, first of all, I know you're the ultimate insider, but you didn't know what I'm about to drop on this man right here, okay? Okay, Walsh, let me tell you something right now. For the first time in my 30-plus years of knowing Mike Wilbon, I am accusing him of being unfair to me.
Unfair
to me. Let me tell you something. First of all, what I said about Klay Thompson was this. Of course it's going to take a long road, but you don't win the championship against Boston without Klay Thompson showing up. So if you could do it then what the hell was the problem now, more than a year and a half later? That's number one. Number two, when it comes to shooters, the bottom line is that ain't about the competition. That's about you making shots. Klay Thompson wasn't making shots. Now, some of them were contested, but some of them were wide open. He just wasn't draining them. And I'm seeing him drain them now. And as long as that's happening, that's a different Warriors squad.
Yeah, they didn't have great spacing early in this season. And now, as other players start to shoot better, Wiggins plays better, Steph Curry playing
Pajemski steps up
at an MVP level. Pajemski, you see Klay Thompson, he can't go get his shot the way Steph Curry can, obviously. One more thing on Draymond Green. He's allowed to work out with the team, practice with the team. That hasn't happened yet. He has stayed away working on these things. I'm told to not expect him back in the gym with this team perhaps until after January 1.
Well, they are facing the defending champs in this, the Denver Nuggets, who have won 7 of 8 games here behind Nikola Jokic, who has established himself once again as a leading MVP candidate in all of this.